Hey guys, it's Christina here, and today's video is going to be on introducing you guys to my new horse, Ricky. So if you guys do follow my Instagram, as many of you know, I recently got a new horse. His name is Ricky, and he is an 8-year-old 15.3 hands-high black thoroughbred. He is also an off-the-track racehorse. For those of you who don't know, I have been riding for 10 years, going on 11. I started out in English when I was very young and moved on to Western and now back to English. I had to quit a few months back because I could not commit to having lessons at a specific time every week. There wasn't enough flexibility. So getting a new horse was probably a huge shocker to you guys. But anyways, let's start from the very beginning of it all. So I was pretty darn horse sick and I needed to go back to my barn. But unfortunately I didn't really have a choice since I was just too busy. So I decided that in 2 summers I would save up my money and lease my own horse. So I had the idea of owning a horse in my mind. It started out at a college orchestra performance my family and my aunt attended about a couple of months back. For those of you who don't know, my aunt is of course a horseback rider too. She rode when she was younger and took lessons. She has a love for horses just like me. So of course my aunt and I were talking about horses and how I wanted a horse, so I was going to lease in 2 summers and whatnot. And she mentioned that she wanted a horse. Now I thought this was just a little wish, like I'd have it if I could sort of thing. But of course I clung on to these little words with some hope and started to look up horses for sale. I still was not expecting anything to happen and just started looking up horses for her on the spot just for fun. I asked her about what horse she'd like and what would be best for her. Well, we didn't talk much about it after that, but I still clung on to those words with a little feeling in me that made me keep hope and keep searching. So I finally came to this website I had come to before. It's a website that sells X-race horses, and boy are they cheap. Before, I would look up horses for sale just to admire them and dream about which one I'd like and whatnot. And I remember finding that website about a year before this, and so I came to this website again and started searching through the horses. I found a few that I had in mind and ended up deciding on one for $2,500 that I would get if I could have the chance. So I spoke to my aunt about it and we started to form a plan. The next day I checked the website and there were more horses up for sale. And one beauty caught my eye, a black gelding 8-year-old thoroughbred named Ricky. So the name Ricky really struck out at me from a very long story years ago, but that's another story for another time. So I took a look at his description and boy was he perfect. He was such a looker. His description stated he was black with tons of chrome. He's a very loving horse with a huge personality and is a barn favorite. He has been schooled and is fresh off the track, retiring past June or July. He had a video of him showing his different gaits, him jumping, a gorgeous short clip of him in his turnout pen trotting, and his trot just looked so smooth. He picked his feet up well and placed them well. His description aside, he would do well as a dressage prospect. It also stated he is very brave and is a great trail horse. There was also a clip of him going through this door frame made out of poles, and hanging from there were streamers as he walked through them like a champ. And I don't know what it was, but after going through all of that, I pretty much claimed him as mine, and I had to do what I could to get him. So I talked to my aunt about this, and she really liked him too, and decided we should buy him. Now I made myself not have high hopes for any of this because I didn't want it not come out and me being super disappointed. So through this whole journey, I was expecting this not to happen. So after about a month of planning this all out, I checked the website and he was discounted to $2,000 from $2,500. Then after another couple of weeks, he dropped down to the amazing price of $1,750. So at this point, we decided it was our time and we couldn't let this amazing horse slip our hands at this amazing price. I then contacted Ricky's owner and set up a date to come down and meet him. We had some trouble finding parking to this huge place, but soon came to it. I met this girl who knew Ricky's owner. She was my age and had her own horse at the barn. I walked up to Ricky and performed some tests to see how he reacted to being touched in different spots and whatnot. I took him out in the turnout pen and lunged him a bit before saddling up to ride him. When I first started riding him, I had some trouble keeping him collected and keeping him under control since it was my first time in the saddle after a few months and I had to recall everything that I learned. However, in 15 minutes, we figured each other out and it was the best feeling I've ever had on a horse. His canter was so smooth and it just felt right. So after that, I untacked him and gave him a bath. After letting him dry off and taking him to the stall, we chatted with his owner and put down a $500 deposit so she could not sell him to anyone else. I also groomed him while in the stall, and when reaching for his face, he decided to sniff my hand and started licking my forearm and hand until it was covered with his slobber. After a week, we then bought Ricky and he was ours. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that little video explaining on how I ended up getting Ricky, and it's quite a story. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!